Hey guys. Okay, so Kim and I met through our MOPS group last year, and we really hit it off pretty much right away. And I think we connected really well because we're both pretty laid back, and we really love people. So we just really hit it off. And as the year went on, we started to get closer and just get to know each other better. And after I became a Beachbody coach, I really felt like God was leading me to invite her to become a coach. Um, because of the medical issues her family was facing, I knew she was very passionate about health and wellness, and they were also facing a scary amount of bills at the time. And I knew from the coach success stories and just from knowing her personally that she would be an awesome coach. But you should know that I was actually terrified to ask her. I was so terrified to ask her, you guys. I thought she would think I was just trying to use her, and I was scared because I was a new coach, and I felt like, what if I don't have, what if she's like, Sarah, you don't have anything to offer me? Like, you don't know what you're doing. You're brand new. I was scared, guys. I was terrified. So I've actually never told Kim this, but the first time when I asked her, "Hey, Kim," I thought about being a Beachbody coach. Like it was through messaging, thank God, but my heart was like in my mouth, and I was breathing I was hyperventilating like the whole time. And at first she said no, and I said no problem, and I was just very proud of myself that I asked. And but a couple months later, she messaged me and she's like, "Hey, so how do I become a coach? How does that work?" And I just couldn't believe it, but I was really really excited because she was ready to dive in with both feet, and she really has. She's very deeply encouraged and inspired many people she knows, and she's growing in all of her professional skills every day. I am convinced she'll be a diamond by next Super Saturday, and I'd honestly be very surprised if she wasn't. She's just totally crushing it. She's a Success Starter qualifier, and she just needs to sell 3 challenge packs, hit Success Club this month, and we'll see her walk the stage at Summit. So she's doing great, and she's got some really good content for us tonight. I'm really excited. I'm super proud of her. So without further ado, here's my good friend and rock star coach, Kimberly Ross.
Well, thank you so much, Sarah and Ray and Steph, for that very sweet welcoming. And I will say I am very much nervous about this. I don't speak very well with other people. And to think for me to be successful, sometimes I have a hard time believing this. But you know what? I have everybody rooting me on. I have the support not only from you, Sarah, but also Ray and staff. Y'all have just given me so much encouragement and have believed in me, and that's exactly what I needed. Um, Thank you, everybody who has called in to listen to this. My name is, like Sarah said, I'm Kimberly Ross, and I am a candidate for Success Starter. I'm actually on my last month, and I am terrified and I'm excited and anxious, and I have all sorts of feelings like running through me this month to just really make this happen. Just a little bit of a background. My husband and I have been married. We celebrated our anniversary last month for 10 years. And I'm a mother to 4 boys, ages 9, 7, 5, and 3. One of them, like Sarah had mentioned, does have some medical issues, and it really was what kickstarted my own personal journey to becoming healthy again, because I knew that I needed to support my son and I needed to help bring in some sort of income for my family. Um, just some personal struggles that I went through. I suffered with anxiety. I was very self-conscious um, when because I did struggle with my weight my entire life. I'm the youngest of three, and my brother and sister actually both are very tall and very thin and never had a struggle with their weight. And I took more after my mother. My mother was a little bit shorter. Definitely her build was a lot different. And so I did take after that, and it really affected my self-esteem. It affected how I grew up looking at myself as just as a person, as a girl growing up. And that really kind of drove me to be um, the kind of person that I needed to have to support me through something like this. I needed that love and the compassion and the support, the constant words of affirmation. And that was something that I really did find in Sarah as I was approaching this situation. Um, Before coaching, I really again, back in March, my son was starting to have some medical issues, and we sought the care of a holistic doctor. So it was alternative medicine because I knew that our pediatrician was not going to be able to help him. And this really made me understand how food affects our body and how it can either nourish your body or how it can really bring your body's health down. Our everything is based on the food that we eat and the things that we feed it. And it just really opened my eyes to different things. We started trying, different types of diets. In February, we did a Whole 30, and I just didn't. It was really hard to stick with for some reason. But once my son got his official diagnosis of malabsorption, vitamin deficiencies, that was affecting his behavior, his moods. He was having skin issues, and he was only 8 at the time. And so that was just it was really the turning point for our family. In 2012, my husband and I really that was the turning point in how I saw my body. I was going through a major depression at the time because that was the heaviest I'd ever been. I actually um, had just had our fourth son at that time, and I was packing on the weight. We were suffering from constant unemployment because of my husband's profession. So it was just really affected me as a person. And that was just really, really tough for me because whenever you are gaining so much weight and you just don't care about your body. But fast forward to this year, um, I started seeing the changes. And so in June, it was my birthday, and I actually remember my mom had asking me, "What do you want for your birthday?" And I told her, I said, "Hey, I've heard about this program called 21 Day Fix. I really want to try it out." I was starting to see some changes in my body just purely from diet, removing the things that were that were more toxic to me, and also that was causing lots of inflammation and bloating and abdominal issues. And she's like, "Well, okay, so I have to appreciate that so much, because if it wasn't for her purchasing this challenge pack for me, I don't know where I would have been today." It was, and I always tell her, that decision for her to purchase that for me was life changing. And I feel so grateful for that opportunity. And so when I was doing the challenge, I started in June, and at the end of June, actually. And so I started doing it, and within a couple of weeks, I started seeing real results. And I purely, because of the fact that I was sharing my story, I started having responses from my friends. They're like, "Hey, what are you doing? You look great. I see it in your face." And then it was really amazing. And that was where I decided, I'm like, "Hey, okay, what do I need to do to become a coach?" And what sold me was the fact that I got the, registration fee reimbursed, and I didn't have to meet any monthly quotas. And I was like, well, you know what? If I sell something wonderful, it's a small paycheck that can provide something one challenge pack, it pays for a bottle of supplements for my son, or an order of Shakeology, every single month will help pay for organic foods for our family that we have to have. And so I immediately signed up, and within a couple of days, my friend purchased her challenge pack, and that was kind of the beginning. And I'm like, wow, this really could, um, it really could become something. But again, I really was just enjoying the fact of helping other people, and how my opinion of coaching then and now, I mean, like Sarah said, she had offered, asked me, hey, do you want to do this coaching thing with me? And I was like, I'm just not in the place to do it. I was still with another direct selling company that I was having a hard time letting go of, and I just didn't want to have another burden on top of what was going on in my family. And until I started, really experiencing the program itself. And that's kind of how I hit the Success Club 5 that first month. It was kind of unbelievable. And I remember Sarah, kind of stepping back, and she's like, hey, you do realize you're like really close to hitting this thing called Success Club 5. And I'm like, well, what's that? And I was purely being able to achieve this without even trying, and which is not something that happens to me ever. And I remember the month, or the day actually, I logged in and Sarah had tagged me on our team page and said, hey, guess who gets to be on the exclusive call with our CEO? And I'm like, shut up. I was completely blown away, just beside myself. And I just could not believe it. So when we logged into the call, and her and I were texting on the phone, and I was telling her, oh my gosh, this is absolutely amazing. His passion behind the products, behind our company, and how much he stands behind us as coaches was just amazing, something that I had never experienced in my entire life. And I've done quite a few direct selling companies. This is not something that I say lightly. It was life-changing moment. And to hear also the percentage of the amount of people who actually achieve this goal, is, only 5% of the company. And that blew me away. I'm like, wait a minute. You mean I'm actually in this, group of people that have been able to achieve this? How is this possible? And I purely would sit back, and I realized God is the reason why I've been successful. I went into this with my heart completely open to helping other people, because I was in the moment of it, and I cannot thank anybody except him. He is driving my business, and I thank him every single day. And I thank everybody that has come into my life the past couple of months for giving me this opportunity. And it's just like this call, I'm doing I was challenged first, on our welcome call when I spoke with Steph, and that blew me away. I'm like, here I'm talking to the Star Diamond coach, and she's taking time out of her life to talk to me personally, and I felt like her and I had been friends. I'm like, well, she's challenged me to sell these couple of challenge packs, well, I guess I can try to do it. And it was just mind blowing. And so with that kind of background of my story and how things kind of got started, we can kind of go on to the next slide on the 3 golden nuggets that will take you to the top. And I must say that was very funny reading that quote, or that title, because I'm still far from the top, but it really just it showed me that I was, being able to achieve something that was very special. Um, so to kind of start off with, we need to be real to build trust. So if you're new with the company and you're trying to figure out how to approach these people, I will say being able to relate to my friends, to be able to talk to them as another friend or a mother to a mother, that really helped us to build the trust. When a person is starting this journey off, they really are in a fragile state of mind. Um, Gaining weight, being unhealthy can really put a person in a hard place. And you really have to go into it with just an open heart and being genuine to them. So, some things that I would say on how to build trust is to share your struggles, to show that you are human. And you know what? I've had a really bad day, but I was able to push play. And that people want to see that. They want to see that you're still making it work. And when I first sold my first challenge pack to my friend Michelle, her and I had a very strong relationship. We were sisters in another direct selling company. So she trusted me to help her and for her to feel comfortable to share her struggles with me. And that was really big. You really have to get to know the other person and for them to be able to trust you. Another thing that I shared was being a mother, a challenger, and a coach, and how I made it work. So many of the people that I really try to reach out to are mothers. And so sometimes I would think of how if people would ask, okay, you're a mother of four boys, your husband works nights. How do you make it work? And so that was something that they were able to see firsthand, to show that it is doable. Um, let them know that you don't know it all. Because again, somebody doesn't want to go in and say, you know what, this is how you need to do it because I know it works. Just do it my way and, we'll be fine. People don't want that. They want to know that you're human. And when you speak to somebody, you want to be genuine to them and you want them to know this is what worked for me. But you know what? I know every person is different. Be able to show them that they can do it their own way. They can take bits and pieces of your suggestions to help them accommodate their own life. Get to know the people you're trying to reach. Find out their struggles and goals. Ask them questions, just like you would a normal conversation with a friend or a person that you're just now getting to know. Ask them questions. Find out how is their relationship with food. What's their schedule like? Are they really busy? Are their kids in a lot of sports? Ask them so that you have more knowledge on the person and how you can help them achieve those goals. And most of all, have faith in yourself. When you have confidence, it will let them know that you have confidence in not only yourself to help them, but also confidence in the products themselves. You have confidence. You're showing, you know what? Look at this. It has not been easy, but I have just lost 15 pounds in 1.5 months. 15 pounds that I've been sticking around for 2 years. You're having confidence that the products do work and that they can achieve similar results when they really put their heart and dedication into it. And I really fully believe that whenever you love your body and health enough, people sometimes they need to have somebody care about the same thing for them. They may not love their body enough to care. But when you show them, you know what, I care for you so deeply as a friend or as a person or a sister in Christ, I care for you so deeply that you're going to love them and they need to have that love so they can start believing it themselves. So now that you've kind of built the trust, you can find your happy medium. And this was really difficult for me because of the fact that I have done so many direct selling companies. The most recent was I was with 31 Gifts for 4 years. And did not even achieve any type of goal of mine with that company. And I also did Advocare. I did a couple of challenges with them. And so there were a couple of things that I was fearful. Fear that I would share too much. A lot of people are like, oh my gosh, is she sharing that picture again? I had a friend that was also a coach. And you know what? She did amazing. I'm sure she was an amazing coach, but all I ever saw were pictures of her abs or her taking a picture of her working out when her twins were sitting in a high chair. And I would think, I'm like, oh my goodness, like that's all she posted. She never posted anything real or purposeful. And that was a very big turnoff for me. Another fear I had was thinking, people thinking, oh, here she is again, trying to, she's selling something else, because of the fact that I had sold quite a few other, company type stuff. And I did not want to sell the product. I did, starting off, I didn't want to sell, the workout itself. I wanted to show people they can have the same lifestyle. And then also fear they would block me. So if somebody's wanting to purchase something, they can go to Amazon, for example. But what you're trying to do is you're trying to show people your services, how you can serve them to be able to care, and help them, walk them through this, this journey that you're already on. If you turn people away, especially if they're in a really bad state of mind, they're more likely to block you. And it really is unfortunate, because that might be something that, or it might be a person that, is just not in the place right now, but could be in the place to accept help when you approach them in a specific way. So you don't want to push those people away by being too much. So a couple of things that I was more mindful when I did share, one post a day. Usually it was a post-workout selfie, and showing that I was being a product of the product. I was doing the workouts. I was drinking Shakeology. I was doing the meal plan. And so that was very purposeful for me, posting how I was feeling and the struggles I was having. Again, being real means people are going to be more relatable to you. They're going to be able to understand and be able to say, you know what? I get that, because that's something I've been struggling with recently. Maybe I can do this. Think about who you're wanting to reach and share your story on how it can impact them. For example, if you have, friends that are school teachers and trying to balance the life between home and work, sharing different stories and different posts that will actually kind of direct your attention to them without tagging them. Nobody wants to be called out. Nobody said, hey, such and such, come look at this, maybe you should do this. No, nobody wants to be called out on that kind of stuff. So, just kind of think about, make a list. If you have to make a list of the people that, this next month I'm going to try and reach out and resonate some sort of information into these people without being directful to them. Because especially if these are the people that have said no to you in the past, there are certain posts that you can do, changing your words, being genuine about what you say in your post can really help. Because it's not that they're not reading your posts, they're just not ready to commit yet. And that was where I was at when Sarah approached me. There were so many times when, I thought, wow, look at her posts. Like, she's really doing this. She had a young son. She had 2 kids. They were, in the process of buying their first home. And I was like, wow, this is pretty cool, and she was getting my attention without even trying or directing the post to me. So that was, something. Next time you do post, make sure that you're thinking about your audience and who you're trying to connect with, and also how Beachbody fits into your life. for me, it was really important. And I think this really helped because, with our journey with my son's medical illnesses, changing up our entire diet for our entire family, I needed to show not only could I follow this diet and these new restrictions for our family, but I could also fit, say, the 21-day fix meal program in with it. And, the Fix 8 cookbook, for example, was amazing for us because there were so many recipes in there that fit into our restrictions. And so sharing different things like that, how I was able to mesh the two together was really powerful, and I got a lot of response from that. And because a lot of people, a lot of my friends really do, they are kind of going through similar issues, and so being able to share how those two really went together was very powerful. um, and also, for me, how the Beachbody, like being able to buy one program, staying at home for 30 minutes, and I'm done with my workout. I didn't have to drag my kids out. I didn't have to load all four of them in the car, drive to the gym, and then by the time I get over there, it's an hour later. And I think to myself, wow, thank you, Lord, for providing this opportunity to work out at home. My kids stay in their own environment. We get things done while I get my 30-minute workout in. And I'm able to do it in the comfort of our own home. It's a great price. I have the diet support and plans also that really helped with us. And also the challenge group, be able to share your challenge group and how the support is just just absolutely amazing is really, really important. So once you have found your happy medium, now you can really go and share the heck out of it. And I laughed when Steph had decided on the title of this one. I just found it really funny. But some things that I really have changed really over the past couple of months since starting as a coach. Things have changed. I've changed how I've approached different things. And because of the fact that when I joined, I was only 2 weeks in on my first challenge with the company, I really, it was something that I was sharing me, and I was still sharing my journey. And I think that really made a big difference. So some things that I did not do as a new coach, I didn't share I was a new coach. I didn't publicly announce like I've done every other company and said, hey, everybody, I'm a new Beachbody coach. This is something I'm selling. Here's my website. I didn't do that. I didn't share products. I didn't start, sharing a bunch of stock photos and all that kind of stuff. Other than the program I was doing, I was sharing the name of the program and how it was helping me, but I didn't actually share the products. And again, I didn't share my website address, and that's something that you have to choose if it's right for you. I did miss out on a couple of orders. My friends saw my post and they were really inspired, but they didn't realize I was selling it. So they did purchase on Amazon. And so I do kick myself in the butt for that. But you know what? I think it made my post a little bit more purposeful in the beginning because of it. Um, and again, what I did share, my new lifestyle. And that was really um, that was really important because I was getting healthy and my family was getting healthy, and we were using Beachbody to also kind of get everything in. Some of the things that my son struggles with, there's some genetic issues that actually affect cardiovascular health. And so that was something that my husband and I personally passed down to him. And knowing this, it shifted us completely, because now we're like, wait a minute, if we're sharing this with him and um, we're at risk of having heart disease and diabetes, blood sugar issues. And so it was automatically, this is for all of us. Again, diet changes and inspirations, how the 21-day fixed meal plan was working for us, Shakeology, and how my son can still drink it. It's actually very beneficial for him because it's low glycemic, because it's sweetened with stevia. It's low histamine because it has Keiko instead of cocoa in it. And also the pre and probiotics, it has all of the antioxidants, which now he has to have more of. So there's a ton of wonderful nutrition, and I love the fact that my son can still drink it, and it's actually very beneficial for him. That was absolutely huge. And also how Beachbody was helping me. It was helping my stress relief, confidence level, reducing my back pain, and just doing something personal for me. That was amazing. And I really did try to emphasize on all of that. So when I was sharing my post, people saw me. When they came to me, they knew that they were responding to me sharing my new life. And I was being able to work towards a goal that I didn't even know about. And I had my heart set purely on helping other people. That was my absolute goal. And I will say, if you give first and you give back to other people without having any type of incentive in the back of your mind, you will be blessed. And sharing from your heart, and other people are going to be so drawn to you because you're genuine. People are going to be able to relate to you. And my own personal message, to sponsoring coaches that have made a complete difference for me is support, support, support. I actually, a year ago in June, I had purchased a PIO challenge pack from another coach. And I purchased the challenge pack. I got it in. I did it for 2 weeks, and that was it. I never heard back from the coach. Her and I are still friends, but we never talked about Beachbody stuff. I didn't have the access to the challenge group. I didn't have that support that I did this time. And I fully, fully believe that that was the key to not only my own journey as losing the weight, but also the journey that I have with the company itself. Stay true to your mission of helping others. Lead from your heart. Pray that God will provide those people, and that he will put you in the right place at the right time. Encourage others to join the challenge group, because not only are they going to get this amazing extra help, it helps to take a little bit of pressure off of you, because they can get along with, when they surround themselves with people going through the same journey, it is beneficial to their soul. It fills their bucket with so much encouragement. It's such a healthy environment for them. Be open to suggestions and critiquing of others in the company. If it wasn't for me being able to feel comfortable to take advice from not only Sarah, but also Ray and Steph, and helping how to critique things and kind of leave it open, be welcoming to their suggestions, I definitely would not have hit last month at all. And I truly appreciate their selflessness to be able to serve me and to be able to give all of the information. Continue to have faith on your journey, and just remember, this is your journey, and don't compare yourself to other people. Whether you're been with the company for a couple of months, or if you're brand new, your journey is your journey. When you shine your journey to other people, they are going to say, you know what, I want her. Because at the end of the day, they can go anywhere else, but they're going to come to you because you are being real with them. You're being honest with them. You're going to support them 100%. And they can't get that from Amazon. And also go in with an open heart. Open heart, you're going to help these people achieve amazing things. And I can guarantee you, whenever you have that thought in the back of your mind, you know what, I'm going to do this purely just to serve other people, to do it in his name and in his glory because he has brought these people into my life, you are going to be blessed in ways that you never even thought possible. Your business is going to take off and you're going to be hitting these amazing goals. You're like, well, what is this? This is amazing. Again, I was with a company for 4 years and never, not once, did I hit an incentive like I have with Beachbody. And I can purely say it's because of everybody that has supported me through this entire thing, going on with going in with an open heart and being able to just be able to serve and walk through this life change of these other people is just, it has changed me into this person that I don't want to look back. Yes, it was my journey, but I am so grateful for everybody that has come into my life and been able to really just make me understand just, okay, this opportunity is real. It is actually, the community is just something that I've never experienced before, and it truly is life changing whenever you allow it to be. And so I really hope that y'all have taken something from this. And again, it's so hard for me to believe that I am earning this amazing achievement, and I purely am just so grateful for everything that I have learned. It has helped me flourish as a woman in general, to try to have more faith in myself, and being able to have so many people back you up and know that we all are backing you up. And if you ever have questions, you have an amazing team surrounding you, and you can now go and put these new tips and lessons into helping your new coaches so that they can be successful and earn a call with our CEO, because it is life changing. It is absolutely life changing. So I would like to just thank you all for calling in and to be able to speak tonight. I hopefully didn't ramble off too much. So again, thank you so much, and y'all have a wonderful evening. Ray, you're up.
Wow. I mean, I have to get on the stage after all of that. Oh my goodness. Kimberly, you did one heck of a job, and um, can I just ask you one quick question?
Yeah.
Can you lead our calls every week?
I probably wouldn't ramble off so much and be so nervous.
No, seriously, you did a really great job, and
Thank you.
I am, I am proud to have seen all the information that you shared. Everything was spot on, from all the tips that you provided, to leading from the heart. I have no doubt in my mind. I don't think anybody that was listening on the call right now has any doubt that the goal that you set of rank advancing up to diamond by the next Super Saturday is completely possible. Um, having said that, I want to ask everyone on the call, uh, where exactly do you feel you are in regards to the goals that you set earlier this year, at the beginning of the year, or even as close as the last Super Saturday? And how are you feeling about the progress that you've made? We have approximately 115 days until the end of the year. And our question to you is, how are you going to make the most of them? What if the rest of this year could be the best of this year? I really loved the enthusiasm that you shared with us all, Kim, because that is something that I believe we all need on a weekly basis. The belief that you brought to the team this evening is contagious. Believe me, because I can feel it. I could feel it during your call. I can feel it right now, and I'm 100% convinced that I'm going to go to sleep tonight having this same feeling. Personally, I'm not where I wanted to be. I'm not where I've set my goals to be. And the only person that I am willing to blame is the man that I look in the mirror. But that's okay, because I know that I am making a commitment to make the rest of this year the best of this year. I know that I am going to show up. I have committed to show up and finish this year out strong. And I invite each and every one of you to take the enthusiasm that you felt this evening and let it sink in. Let it be the fuel that you need to make the rest of this year the best of this year. Thank you so much for hopping on this call, and thank you once again to our presenter of the evening, Ms. Kimberly Ross. For all those that are on right now, we want to give you a quick heads up that we have added a survey to the end of this call. So if you could help us out and complete this survey, quick survey, it's not going to take up too much of your time. Help us out, respond to this quick survey so we can continue to make these calls better and better. So, one question of your top 3 goals is going to be on the survey, just to give you a heads up. So help us out, fill that out, and we will see you guys next week. Good night, guys.